turns out that Maslow did a lot of work, and he was an interesting guy. He was a psychologist who graduated out, and he decided he did not want to work with cuckoo people. He decided he wanted to work with people who were champions. He wanted to study people who were happy and people who were fulfilled and people who were producing. So that's what he did. This was an amazing shift in the world of psychology. It actually invented a field called humanistic psychology. So next thing is, later in his career, he took on looking at organizations. Next, Operation Up. And in the organizations, he found that it is very parallel too. So he started with being safe and secure at work. You know, you're not going to get mugged on the way in from the parking structure. You know, file cabinets are not going to fall on you. And not only that, but you can go and you can have a conversation with somebody, and you're not going to get, you know, like terrified or blah, 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 all that sort of thing that could happen when you're dealing with a guy who is a vision in aqua. You could actually have an adult conversation with a guy. Okay, so safe and secure at work. Okay? Second, pay and benefits. Are they fair? Never enough, but are they fair? Okay, is the system fair? Get that handled, and you've got a whole big hole in the game handled right there. Third piece is affiliation and a sense of belongingness to the organization. Now, why is this key? Because we are here for the next space. The next space is about career growth. It's about you expanding yourself out. And if we don't have this handled, we don't get to talk that one. Hole in the game. So right here, a few years ago I was working with a power company, a utility, and it was during the time of the Enron world, and where there was all kinds of goofy stuff going on, and brokers were kind of doing crazy stuff, and this particular company that I was working with was losing money at the rate of $193 million a week. That's a tough one. They got rid of all their consultants, and they brought in myself and my partner and 2 other people, and we now needed to train the people who were effectively running the company in leadership, because the people who were the true leadership of the company, the people who were the designated leadership of the company, were off in Washington or in Sacramento, where a lot of people were going, no, it's them, no, it's them. There was a lot of finger pointing, and nothing was getting done. It was huge, okay? So in the working with them, one of the things we found out was that they didn't feel safe and secure. These are people who worked for a company that had been in existence for 117 years. It was a management company, no real leadership necessary. It just kind of ran along like clockwork. They loved the company, so they would wear their company baseball jacket, their company polo shirt, so on like that. Guy goes into the local store, and he's standing in line buying something at the local Vaughn's department store, grocery store, and somebody behind him punches him in the back and spits on him. Then he gets yelled at for being somebody who is just a guy. He gets yelled at because what he's doing is he's price gouging. So the public was up in arms, and it was being whipped up by the newspapers. All of that sort of stuff's going on. He gets out to the parking lot, and his truck has been keyed. It had the logo of the company on it. The truck had been keyed. Not safe to be, somebody who works for this company in public anymore. Immediately, we had to go back and beef up the visibility of security so that these people could feel secure, and all kinds of stuff came in. We went through it when all kinds of stuff came in when you get on a plane, all that sort of stuff that didn't used to happen before we became a third world country. Okay, so it was safe and secure, had to be taken care of. We also had to bring people in from HR to talk to them. Now, they didn't do anything new. They just explained that this is how it works around here for pay and benefits. People calmed down. Then we were getting them back to the point where they had a sense of affiliation, because they were freaking out. They were afraid their jobs were going away, their houses were going away, their pools were going away, everything was going away. And in fact, it wasn't happening. We were having a training with them, which the first 6 hours of the training were something like this. Calm down. No, really, calm down. That's 6 hours of that. 6 hours of that. No, really, calm down. If it turns out to be Bob and Bill's power company, you still got a job because you're the only people on the planet who know how to move electrons. So calm down. Once we got it calmed down, we could actually talk a little bit about leadership. And as a matter of fact, they dodged a bullet. A few good things happened, and now they're back. They stayed in business. Other companies went under. Affiliation belonging to the organization. Why? Career growth. So it's key that these three things are in place for you so that we can have the conversation we're going to be having today. Okay? Next is why? Well, in the world of most businesses, people are concerned about work-life balance. In fact, if you say, what's the problem? Well, I don't have any work-life balance. Now, as far as I can tell, I've got a kindred soul over here. My idea, and I don't know what yours is, but my idea of work-life balance is pretty much work all the time because I like it, So you divide it up the way you want to divide it up so that you can have it that way. So this is where we're going. We're looking from there.